What's up, guys? Welcome back to Picking a Fight. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Lach.
And today we're going to give you our thoughts and picks on Marlon Chito Vera versus dangerous Davey Grant. Marlon Vera is coming off a decision loss to Jose Aldo. And dangerous Davey Grant is coming off a KO win against Jonathan Martinez. How do you think this fight's going to go?
Well, when they first announced this fight, I thought this was a really good matchup. You got Marlon Vera coming off a loss to Jose Aldo, who went down to bantamweight, and still has proven that, you got to be great to beat him. And he had a rough run there. He couldn't get off the bottom. And then you got dangerous Davey Grant kind of having another little run in the UFC. He had a knockout finish of Jonathan Martinez. I was watching that fight as a huge fan of Jonathan Martinez and was very sad when he got finished. But it was classic Davey Grant. I think he's has a weird striking style. He likes to switch stances a lot when he's fighting. He can be very, very sloppy, very scrappy.
Yeah.
He likes to brawl. You can tell. He's not afraid to get hit. He does get hit a lot, though. He's been dropped a lot.
Yeah,
and he's been finished a few times in his career as well. He throws a lot of spinning stuff, a lot of flying knees. So, he likes to be a little unorthodox. He likes to get a little crazy in there. And then and he pushes forward a lot. He likes to be the one pressing forward. He's very rangy, very long, very awkward. While Chito's also, these two guys are pretty long for their division. They're both bantamweights, and they're 5'8", which is pretty big for I would say 135. Mm-hmm. Both guys are real long. Chito, he uses his kicks, I think, a lot better. And I think he should actually look for the low kick to kind of stop Davey's pressure, since he leans heavy on it. So it could kind of just stop him from the get-go. The thing with Chito, though, I think he's super hesitant in the beginning of his fights,
Yeah.
I think he takes too long to get going. And at times that could be a pretty bad thing, especially for someone like Davey Grant, he's going to go in there to try to finish you. He's not going to go in there and wait for you to get going. Yeah. And, his guard, Chito has a pretty good guard. Like, his striking defense is not bad. I think a lot of the shots end up on his hands and stuff, on his guard. Mm-hmm. But we saw in the auto fight, his body was, like, open all day. And Davey Grant has shown that he'll hit you in the body if he needs to, to open you up. And so Davey Grant's going to be looking to go to the body, press hard, and then, eventually look for that knockout shot. Chito's never been finished, though. He's super durable.
Yeah.
He's taking some pretty good shots. And, he's never been finished. So it's a pretty interesting matchup. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, Marlon Vera, he gets, he takes some time to get started. Mm-hmm. That's probably why most of his losses come, from decision.
Yeah.
So, but Davey Grant, he's a little awkward with his fighting and stuff. He finished the last two guys with the same combo. I think it was.
Yeah, same left hook. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, that was crazy. So I mean, Marlon, he better study that.
He better be ready for
always cover for that left hook.
No, he has. I feel like that won't be the case. I think from Martin Day, Jonathan Martinez, those are the two guys he knocked out with that. Mm. I think Chito for sure has the better guard. He has like a better boxing style than both of those guys. I think better defense.
Yeah.
So I'd be surprised if he gets caught with the same thing.
Yeah, that'd be
especially for how rangy Marlon is. Davey Grant looked a lot bigger than Martinez. He looked way bigger than Martin Day. I don't think he's gonna look that much bigger than Marlon Vera. So, because I mean, like the only guy bigger than both of them in this division, or the biggest guy, I think is like Sean O'Malley. I think he made Marlon Vera look a little short, but I mean that dude's like 6 feet. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean it's gonna be interesting to see if Chito can get it started, because it's only a 3-rounder, right? Mm-hmm. If he waits too long, I mean, you give up, the first round and the possibility of maybe giving the momentum to Davey Grant. But Davey Grant gets caught a lot,
Yeah.
So, I mean, do you think he's going to make it unscathed? I'm talking about Davey Grant. Do you think he can utilize his game plan successfully, or you think Marlon's style's not the best?
I mean, I'm just worried about Marlon Vera just not having enough time to finish the fight. But I think Davey Grant, especially when he gets taken down, or in most fights that I've seen, he initiates the takedown, mm-hmm. and then he either gets submitted or he gets, in really dangerous positions, right? Mm-hmm. Like I think against Popov, bro, he was put into a Kimura, and well, not he wasn't put into it, but you know the threat was there for a Kimura, an armbar, you know,
For
heel
everything.
hook, everything, and I was like, man, this man he initiates a takedown,
It's
but it's like
against-
he doesn't know what he's doing.
I think
And
all
I
his
think-
losses are by submission, actually.
Yeah. And I was like, I think that's very dangerous to do against someone like Marlon Vera.
Hmm.
I don't know. I think Marlon Vera is a little. I think he has the upper hand in this matchup.
In every aspect, or like in the striking only, or in the grappling only.
I think in everything. Maybe the striking less, like you know, it's less of a gap there.
Mhm.
But I think if he's gonna get this win, I think he has to go for the submission.
Vera, you're talking about, right?
Yeah, Marlon Vera has to go for.
I mean, I've seen Chito shoot for the takedowns and be successful with them, but it's usually to complement his striking, you know, to kind of like seal the rounds and stuff.
Yeah.
And I've never seen him use it as his primary weapon. And I actually don't think he's going to use it because for both these guys, both of them don't have, I think, in my opinion, the best wrestling. Like some of their shots are so sorry. Like, DC would be disappointed. But yeah, I feel like Davey Grant really leaves himself vulnerable when he hits the ground, and I really don't think he should go there at all. But I mean, both guys are very aggressive when they're in top position.
Yeah.
Marlon Vera couldn't get Aldo off of him, so maybe Davey Grant saw that and is willing to take advantage of that. But I don't know. He just doesn't seem like that type of fighter to kind of be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take him down because I think he's gonna be vulnerable there.
Yeah, he's kind of like almost like an Nate Diaz. Like he's a little, like prideful. I'd say. Like in his stand-up game, like he doesn't want to go for a takedown because it's kind of like make me look like a puss or something.
Yeah, for sure.
But I was gonna say, dude, it was against the Andre Ewell fight.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was really cool how Marlon Vera put that dude in a head and arm choke.
Mm-hmm.
Like standing up, like it was.
It was an arm
after he
triangle
swung.
choke. Yeah,
Yeah, I was like, oh snap! He's been.
he didn't get it though.
I mean, yeah,
it was a good idea though. He took it
Yeah.
to the ground and he looked better there.
Yeah, he had to be on the top position to finish that, right? Because he was on the bottom.
You could finish it from the bottom. I just think he didn't have it like from that position. Andre easily fought the hands, and so he was able to break the grip from there. And I think he was in his guard, right? I think you need to get out of the guard, kind of get in like side control in order to really, really tighten it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, he was close though. But this is actually a rematch. We forgot to mention it. They actually faced each other before.
Davey Grant and Marlon Vera?
Yeah, and Davey Grant came out victorious. This was in 2016.
By decision, I'm
By
guessing?
decision, yeah. Yeah, there's no way he finished Marlon Vera.
When was that?
This was a UFC fight night. This was February 27th. Silva versus Bisping. This was in London. This was when Bisping's mouthpiece came out. I don't know if you remember. And Anderson Silva threw like a flying knee, and it landed so flush, and it like basically knocked Bisping out. He like fell, but the round had ended as soon as like the knee landed, and Herb Dean was like, "Nah, it's not over." And Silva was celebrating like the fight was over, and then Michael Bisping came back to win that fight by decision.
Right.
That was crazy, man. But yeah, this was on there. I think this was in the early prelims.
But what year was that?
That was 2016.
Yeah.
So
it
I mean,
probably
both
changed
guys
a
have
lot
changed.
since then.
Yeah, Davey Grant is older though. Marlon Vera at that time, I mean, right now I think he's only like 29.
Wait, Marlon Vera?
Yeah, he's 28 right now.
Oh, shit. The other dude, what is he? 36?
He's 32, I believe.
Oh, snap. Maybe I'm thinking the other fighters.
Hold on, he's 35. I mean,
No, I was close.
yeah. So I mean, that was probably Davey Grant's prime, and then Marlon Vera was young coming. So I mean, yeah, it'd be interesting to see how different they kind of approach it, you know, because both guys I feel like are so different now.
Yeah, I mean, another reason why I think Marlon Vera is going to win is because what I noticed is that Marlon Vera, when he fought like Song Yadong, you know, and Jose Aldo, you know, who I feel like are superior strikers to him.
He looked better than them, right?
Who, Marlon Vera?
Yeah or no?
No,
What do you think?
I was gonna say he didn't look better than.
I
because
don't remember them fights that well.
But I felt like, especially with the Jose Aldo, like he had he was struggling with the speed, I think. But
probably, yeah. Aldo's fast, man.
yeah, and I feel like that the threat that, you know, those two, you know, Yadong and Aldo, I feel like the threat that those two possess, like, I don't think Davey Grant has it. Maybe he has that knockout power, but we've seen Chito Vera take some clean
big
hits
shots,
and
yeah.
you know, live through them. So it's like, I think Marlon Vera is just durable. I think Davey Grant, maybe he's a little older. You know, his chin is more. I mean, he's been dropped.
Yeah, he's been dropped already.
Too.
Yeah.
So I was like, but I don't know if Marlon Vera has it in him to knock him out. So I say he has to go for the submission to get the win.
True. I mean, I actually think I agree with you. I think Marlon Vera should win this fight. I think his striking is. I feel like even if he starts slow, if Grant starts as aggressive as he usually does, I think he's gonna bring it out of him. Like he's gonna force him to fight back or lose, basically.
Yeah.
And you know, with Grant, he's not like a sniper, like a precise fighter, where you know he's just trying to hit you, kind of thing. And I think Marlon Vera can take advantage of that and hit him, you know, clip him either on the way in or something. I just think, you know, I think he just wins everywhere in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's close though, and you know you can never count Grant out.
That's true.
You know, he was underdog in his last 2 fights. Was able to finish them late. It'd be very impressive if he could finish Marlon Vera. He'd be the first man to do so. But I think I'm going to have to agree with you. But I think Marlon Vera is going to win by decision. I think he's probably going to get 29-28 unanimous. And
true.
Yeah.
You know, I actually think like the 2 ways that this fight can finish, I think will be Marlon Vera by submission or Marlon Vera by TKO by ground and pound.
That's true. Yeah, when they get on top, they both throw nasty stuff, man.
Especially Marlon Vera. He throws like nasty elbows.
It reminds me he reminds me of Masvidal when he throws elbows in the clinch and stuff.
Oh yeah.
He just wants to hurt you, man.
That's true.
He throws them so nasty. Like I think against you know, obviously against O'Malley, he landed some nasty stuff at the end of that, and then the Yule fight too. I think once he got him on the ground, he just kept throwing elbows and stuff. Brutal. But yeah, I guess I got Vera by decision, and you got Vera by.
I would say by submission.
By submission?
Yeah.
You're true. I mean, I think he's getting better. He's just the one getting, I think, a lot better. You know, he has Jason Perillo in his corner. Great boxing coach. Just great MMA coach, in my opinion. So, I mean, you know, hopefully the Jose Aldo one is just, you know, an outlier because Aldo's, maybe he's not on that level yet, Vera, I mean.
Yeah.
And Grant is, in my opinion, no offense to him, is not on Aldo's level. And, you know, he lost to Song Yadong, but... I don't know. I think Marlon Vera won that fight. I watched it on TV, and I actually rewatched it for this, and I think Marlon Vera won that fight. Sure. Yeah, leave a comment below if you think he got robbed or not. I think a lot of people, especially at the time when I was watching it, agreed that Marlon Vera won the fight. But looking back and watching it again, I think, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know how Song Yadong won that fight.
I think he didn't shake his hand either, right?
He was pretty salty, but I mean... Yeah, that sucks because he would have been on a crazy win streak, man.
I think it was like 6 fight or something.
It would have been 2, 4, 6, including the O'Malley fight. He would have been 7 fight win streak heading into the Aldo fight, which would have been crazy. But yep. So those are our picks and our thoughts. Yep. Just to reiterate, I got Marlon Vera by decision.
And I have Marlon Vera by submission.
Yep. So. Hopefully he can get it done, or Grant will maybe upset him. It'll be interesting to see, and you would be missing out if you don't tune in, and it's gonna be a banger.
All right, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Picking a Fight.
And don't forget to watch our other videos. We'll be covering other fights on this card, including the main event, Korean Zombie versus Dan Ige. So make sure to go watch that video. All right, once again, thanks for watching. This was Picking a Fight with Lach
and Jeff,
and we'll see you next time.